So let's be honest, the only reason you are watching this vlog right now is for one thing. Let's talk Disney trips. We're back! Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. You've seen the intro, you've seen the name of the vlog today, and if you're here, it's probably because you've already seen on Insta. We're going back to Disney. I have kept this one super quiet this year. No real reason apart from the fact that life has been lifing. If you're only here for Disney vlogs and you don't watch all my other vlogs, you probably notice I look a little bit different. Had a lot of my hair cut off. Lost 3 stones, so I actually have a jawline again. So yeah, life's just been lifing, but there's no secrets here, guys. I've even written down the maths for you. I asked you guys on Insta what you want me to tell you about this trip, and I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to try my best this year not to blabber on, telling you a story that you really don't care about, and just get down to the nitty gritty of it. So are you ready? Grab a drink. Yes, I'm still using my resort refillable mugs from 2024. But grab a drink, sit down, take notes if you want. This is our trip in February 2026. So, key things you'll want to know. When do we go? We go on the 3rd of February 2026, and we technically fly back on the 19th, but of course arrive back on the 20th. We're doing one less night than last year, not financial reasons, not that we're like, oh my god, we can't afford it. It literally just was a hell of a lot cheaper flight-wise. Because we wanted to make sure we were over the half term of some point, Feb half term, so Orlando's not out of school for a ridiculous amount of time, and just the way the dates were working, 17 nights, no matter which way I did it, the flights were literally like 600 quid in total, more expensive, if not more, just for that extra night. So it was just a no-brainer. 16 nights, it's fine, we can work with it. So 16 nights, we are staying back at the Caribbean Beach Resort. Caribbean if you're American, Caribbean Beach Resort if you're from England. We did stay there last year. It was incredible. We loved it. We are going to ask to stay back in the same area that we did last time because I loved the Little Mermaid rooms. You no longer can request fifth sleeper rooms. You can only choose preferred rooms or non-preferred. On my booking, I booked a preferred room. They don't actually state where in the resort it's going to be. It just is a preferred part of the resort. So it'd be like in Trinidad in a preferred part, Aruba in it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just wherever it says it is. Will I request to be in the Little Mermaid rooms again? 100%. I love them. They were incredible. But that we'll have to wait and see. So yes, we are staying at the Caribbean Beach Resort or Caribbean Beach Resort, and we're in a preferred room. But let's take it a step back. How are we getting there? Of course, we're flying. You guys know that. No brainer. I live in the UK. I live in England. We are flying. We actually ended up getting vouchers last year from BA. There was a massive screw up in regards to the disabled buggies. I don't think I vlogged it, and I really wish I did, just to show you how they dealt with it. Long story short, when we got off the aircraft, they hadn't got out Orlando's disabled buggy, or Aubrey's disabled buggy, which of course they need. So it was a whole massive fiasco. It wasn't set up correctly at all. Of course, I know I did vlog it when we got to the airport. They had taken away our special assistant seats, just had taken them away. And then on the flight home, it wasn't great either. Like, just the attitude of the flight attendants around my disabled kids wasn't great. So we ended up getting a £200 voucher. It's not a lot, but it's something. So our flights, we're just flying normal BA. We are not doing any fancy upper class. It's all economy seating. So there's 4 of us. Remember now that Aubrey is now 4, Orlando is now 6. So they are full-fledged children. They are not on lap children. So that's 4 proper tickets. We are flying into MCO as always, so Orlando International Airport, And I love Terminal C. It is so much better. If you have the option, sorry, you probably hear that, that's my stomach rumbling. If you have the option of flying into Terminal C by going with like people like BA, do it. Do it. As much as everyone says they love the airport monorail, you don't. You don't. Not when you've got kids. It's annoying. It's a pain in the ass. The whole, you got to pick up your suitcases, then you got to get on the monorail. Then it's a faff. Terminal C is the way forward. So yes, flying with BA, Terminal C. Our flights in total, after we took off the £200 gift voucher that we got, came to a total of £1,829.92p, which works out, how good am I at maths? About £450 each per person. Return flight, so I don't really think that's that bad. You may think it is, but I actually think that's a really bloody great deal, especially going with BA. So there are flights. The package that I booked this year, last year I booked with Ocean Florida, this year I booked through Major Travel. I am currently still a travel agent, however, I have decided to not do that anymore because our plans as family aren't going to involve a lot of travel this year, so I'm actually scrapping travel agents. So if anyone else on Instagram asks me if I want to be a travel agent, no, I already do it, and it's not financially feasible for me. So please don't ask me. Thank you very much. But yes, so I booked a Major Travel, so commission and all that stuff. It worked out in total at £7,767. Now, people are going to say that's a lot. That includes the hotel. So that is the Caribbean Beach Resort for the 16 nights. That is my park tickets for 4 people. And remember how expensive park tickets are. Park tickets are for 4 people, and that's the 14-day magic ticket, which involves the park hopper, involves the memory maker, the theme parks, the water parks, and the mini golf, if you are doing mini golf. That also includes our transfers. So a private minibus, not just a car, a minibus, because of all of our luggage and all of the disabled buggers and all that stuff, we need a big car. So we've got a minibus collecting us from the airport. Amazing service. It was last year, so hopefully it's the same this year. And they literally drive you straight to your resort. So all of that is £7,767. So that is for hotel, park tickets, and transfers. However, I made a big saving this year. Last year, if you know, I added on the Disney dining plan. I did the full Disney dining plan, so it was a table service, 1 table service credit, 1 quick service credit, and a snack credit each day. We enjoyed it. I think I did quite an honest review. We enjoyed it. However, we were eating for the sake of eating. There are only so many character meals that you can do. There are only so many times you can go to T-Rex and Rainforest Cafe and force yourself to eat a dessert because you paid for it. Making yourself order booze with your meal when you're not a very alcoholic dependent person, and I was ordering like cocktails, and they are so strong and so full of things that I don't drink, like rum, vodka. I don't really drink, let's be honest. Ordering cocktails, which was nice at the time, but you force yourself to order them to make your money's worth. And we did make our money's worth. We saved about $600, but that is purely because when we were ordering, we were trying to order the most expensive meals, the most expensive drinks, and it just wasn't feasible for us. So this year, luckily, included in the price, which was a package set out by Disney, we have got a free Disney dining plan. That is the quick service Disney dining plan. So that involves 2 quick service credits and 1 snack credit every single day. And then, of course, the resort free fill of work. That was free. Of course, they say it's free, but of course they would have bumped up the hotel prices a little bit to compensate. But this trip this year, it's around $6,000 cheaper than it was last year, because we went full out last year. But yeah, so we get the dining plan included. The other things that we've also booked is, of course, car parking at Gatwick Airport. That cost me £89.18 for the 17 nights technically because of the layover. And then car hire, we've booked a car hire for 2 days over in Orlando, mainly because Dan can't go without a trip to Nike Factory Outlet. I love Wendy's. I need to go every year. I need to do that every year. I need to do Denny's every year. There's just like many things that it wouldn't be Orlando without going to those places. So we've got 2 days of car hire. We just bought a mid-size SUV, like a standard SUV size. And that was £120 and 92p for the 2 days. So about 60 quid a day. So it's not overly bad. So yeah, that brings our grand total in at, are you ready? £9,807 and 2p. I've done the quick maths and it's actually made me feel really good about myself. So the full amount of £9,807 and 2p divided by 4 people, because there is 4 of us, comes to a total of £2,451.75p per person. So that's how much, if you just were going by your friend, that's how much if you wanted to join us, that's how much it would cost you. That works out at £153 a day. £153.24 a day. That's entertainment. That's transport. That is food. That is incredible. Don't care what you say. That's a great price. Little happy dance for me. But what you probably are thinking is, are we taking any spending money? Of course we are. So I, of course, I'm the most organised person in the world. Did a little finance. This is my little finance tracker. I keep hold of it. Not that we overly stick to a budget when we're on holiday, but it's just to make sure we're not ridiculously overspending on the first 4 days and then having nothing for the remainder of the holiday. So in total, our budget is, this is dollars, around $3,580 roughly. I know it's actually a bit more than that because we're taking about £3,000 on my Monzo card. So we just take my Monzo card. Actually, I lie. We're taking $2,600 on the Monzo card, $500 in cash for tips for the bell services and things like that. So we have a daily budget of $50 per day, which we will not spend at all. Not gonna happen. We are, of course, doing table services. So we are definitely doing Chef Mickey's. I'll go through which ones we're doing there. So just hang on for those ones. Our total table service budget, including tips, is $2,210. Magic bands, of course, $200, and then Bibbity Bobbity Boutique, $320. So that is our budget. So in total, if you're taking in spending money, technically the holiday would come to £12,807 and 2p. But we are not intending to spend all of this money. So, do you know what I mean? We're not intending to spend it, so hopefully we'll come back for it because we do have other plans for the rest of the year. Not that I'm going to tell you that now. So yes, daily budget. We're having $50 per day. That is to cover any extra drinks, extra food, extra things. But remember, we get 2 quick service meals a day, plus we get a snack credit, per night. Plus we get a snack credit, which we are quite good at doing the snack credits. We get quite big things that can be classed as meals. Also remember that Orlando doesn't really eat these things. He isn't diagnosed with AFRID or whatever you want to call it. However, he has got really strong food aversions. So I've got a lot, and they've got worse over the last year. So I'm taking so many snacks from here so he can actually eat, because he won't eat a lot of the quick service meals. So those extra kids credits will probably go towards meals for Dan and me that will split, or Aubrey, when Orlando's just eating his lunchbox. So yeah, $50 daily spend. And then depending on if we've got a table service meal, we've got the budget for the table service meal. I've gone through the menu. I've picked out average what it would cost plus the tips. So that is our budget for the day. And then the magic bands we will buy as soon as we arrive. So $200 to a magic band. I've gone over the odds, but I'm not entirely sure of the prices. So yeah, got my little tracker. Not that you can really read it, but basically this will stay in my purse. And then at the end of the day, I will just literally look at my Monzo, see how much we spent, done. That's all I do. I don't anally write it down or anything. But do you want to know our plans? Okay, so you guys wanted to know what I was up to. So I'm not going to break down like I did, I think it was last year or the year before, which park we're going into on which day, because I think that just got a bit boring after a while and I got bored. I think the main thing you guys were concerned about is what we're going to be doing. So visiting all 4 theme parks, of course, Disney Springs, definitely Typhoon. The dates, it like finishes on, I think the 13th or the 14th of February is the last Typhoon day. So we're going before then. Whether we then go to Blizzard Beach after that date, because it's quite close to us leaving, we're not sure. And we're not major fans of Blizzard Beach. We prefer Typhoon. So we'll wait and see on that one. I want to try mini golf this year. Not that the kids are going to get it, but it's off season. And it's colder, so I'm having less people at the water parks and less people at the mini golf. So I'm going to try and give that a try. But dinings I have booked. I have gone a bit crazy because I just can't not go to Disney and not do these things. So, Chef Mickey's breakfast, of course. I need to learn this one. Can someone please, in the comments or on Instagram, voice note me how you say this place, because I still can't get it. Akershus? The one in Epcot in Norway, next to Frozen Ever After. What is that called? There, for breakfast. The princess one, love it. Rainforest Cafe and Animal Kingdom. Hollywood and Vine, even though they've got rid of the Disney Junior breakfast. And you've got rid of the Disney Junior dance party, and my daughter is going to kill me when I go. But still, we're going, giving it a try, because I do generally like their food there. Crystal Palace for Winnie the Pooh breakfast, of course. Garden Grill, you can't miss Chip and Dale on a rotating platform. Just do it. Just do it. T-Rex, Orlando is back obsessed with dinosaurs. He's going to love it. And Dan really likes the food there. Topolino's Terrace, which is in the Riviera Resort, did it last year. Incredible, great views. The best service we've ever had was in that restaurant. And in a way, the best food and the best characters. Like, it was just incredible. So going back there. Yak and Yeti and Animal Kingdom. We were meant to do it on our honeymoon. I ended up getting a sickness bug, so didn't go. And we just decided, screw it, we're going to do it this year. And then we're doing the Rainforest Cafe in Disney Springs, because we have never done that one before. Dan loves Rainforest Cafe, and to be fair, so do I. So we're going to give that one a go. And then Ohana's breakfast. If we go to one of these and we're like, we really want to do that again, we will repeat. Most of ours are breakfasts because our kids just prefer the menus and they are fussy eaters. So there's just more chance. Things that we haven't done this year are Cinderella's Castle, overpriced, too hectic, stressful. I've done it twice now. I only wanted to do it because it was like Aubrey's birthday when we were there. Princesses, but the Epcot Princess dining is so much better in every way humanly possible. Yes, saying you ate in Cinderella's Castle is brilliant. I've done it 3 times now. Once as a kid, once on my honeymoon, once with my children. That is enough. Unless my kids specifically ask for it. So we're not doing that. We're not doing Sci-Fi Diner because it's just overrated. Like, we really liked it the first couple of times, but last time we went, service wasn't great. Kids were getting confined into the cars, so that wasn't fantastic. So there's a few that we aren't doing again this year. However, if we get there and the kids, because their memories are incredible, if they're like, yeah, I really want to do that, we're like, okay, we can go. Also, I have booked Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and I've booked that on Valentine's Day, which I think is so cute. And Dan has promised to Dan, if you're watching this, because Aubrey is obsessed with our YouTube channel and she will be asking to watch this at some point, always does. You said she can get the nice package with the princess dress. We have budgeted for it. She's getting it. We've actually budgeted for Orlando to get the Prince package, but they have also changed their packages this year. So last time we went, Orlando could have his hair gel and all that jazz, and it was $20. Now it's like $60, but they include the t-shirt. But Orlando is so big for his age. When we go, I'm going to be like, look, if you do not have a t-shirt for him of his size, can you make it cheaper and just scrap off the t-shirt because he physically can't fit into it? If they say no, he's not going to do it. If he says no, he'll just sit on his tablet and watch Aubrey do it, because I'm not paying for a t-shirt that he cannot wear. Does that mean? I don't know. But yeah, so we've basically budgeted for both. But that is our itinerary, shall we say. Other things that we definitely want to do this year, I've even done a tick list for myself to make sure I actually do these. Minivan, I want to do that again because I love that. Posting a letter to Santa in the old Christmas shop. Always knew you could do it. Never done it. Didn't know they did it all year round, but they do. So we're going to post a letter to Santa, so we'll keep you updated if we actually get anything back. Hall of Presidents, we did probably in like 2016, haven't been in it since. So I said we want to go back there. Get pixie dusted at Sir Mickey's. Every year I say I'm going to do it. I never do. That is on my to-do list. I want to create popcorn at Mainstream Confectionery because there was one that they uploaded recently which looked incredible. But I'm pretty sure it's all salted popcorn, which is what has always put me off because I'm not a massive salted popcorn fan. However, drizzle it in white chocolate sauce, I'm probably going to devour it. So we're going with it. I want to take the kids around the mini village in Germany and Epcot and actually really explore the World Showcase because we've never done it before, but they are definitely much more observant this year and their understanding's a bit better. So I'm hoping we can do that. Everglades Donuts, Disney Springs, seen it, want it, need it in my stomach. If you know, you know. If you don't, go have a look at their Instagram. I've heard Sprinkles is shut down, which makes me so incredibly sad. I love Sprinkles. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If you've been to Sprinkles, which is the cupcake shop in Disney Springs, especially the ATM, you will know it. Apparently it's shut down, so I need to see that for myself if it has. I also, in Disney Springs, want to go to Amorette's Patisserie. I think that's how you say it. They do Mickey and Minnie cookie art where you can buy cookies and it's like a little paintbrush set that the kids can decorate their own cookies with. So I want to try that. And then, of course, there's the New Villain show and the Little Mermaid show at Hollywood Studios, which we haven't done since we've last been because it's been, they've been open since. And then the Nighttime Parade in Magic Kingdom. Me and Dan did it in 2016, I think was the last year it was there. Don't think it was there for our 2017 trip, but it was definitely there in 2016. So we've done it, the kids have never done it, they're going to be obsessed with it. So we need to do the Nighttime Parade and do the Search for Remy activity in Epcot again. Me and Dan did the Chip and Dale one at Christmas on our honeymoon, haven't done the one at Epcot. So that's a couple of things that we need to do. On our car hire day, we're changing it up a little bit. One of the days is a completely non-Disney day because, of course, we're there for 16 days or something like that. 17 days, I don't know. But, of course, our park tickets are only for 14 days. And I wouldn't want to go to a water park on our non-Disney day because we only are at the water parks in the morning. So if we just did that, we'd then get bored in the afternoon, end up in the theme park in the evening, which is what happened last year, which is why we ended up having one day less. But anyway, so on our car hire day, we'll be doing like a Denny's morning breakfast, Walmart trip, Nike factory outlet. I want to take the kids to Chuck E. Cheese's. I went as a kid. I always said I want to take my kids there. So there is still one on International Drive, which is near the Orlando International Premium Outlet, which we love shopping in as well. So that's all kind of like in the plan. That's on our non-park day. And then on our second day, when we drop off our car hire. Car hire we get on the 15th in the morning. So the 15th will be all non-car hire dates. Monday we still have the car hire, but we're meant to be at Animal Kingdom, going to Yak and Yeti and stuff. We'll just make sure we do stuff, but either before that and have breakfast at Denny's again, or after that, or whatever. Fully utilise that car hire. What else are we going to do? I was doing so well at it being organised, and then it's got a bit erratic. The ADHD brain's gone crazy. Other things that I definitely want to do or show you this year. I want to be better at vlogging. Not in terms of being like confident and editing and all that stuff. Just showing you more. Not just me eating and where we're eating and what rides we're going on. Like show you the little tips and tricks and stuff that I've learned over the years. Especially with like SEN kids. SEN kids. Someone asked me, have I got DAS? Yes, I did. To get DAS, I'm not doing a whole nother vlog on it. I don't have time, can't be bothered. There's loads out there. If you want to find them, find them. On my laptop, I downloaded something called NordVPN. That is basically a website that I paid like £12 for, whatever. And it basically makes your computer pretend it is in a different country. So you can choose any country you want. I choose America. I then go on to my Disney experience, ask chat to a cast member in regards to DAS. You get through. You have an interview. Your child has to be present, or the disabled person has to be present. Luckily, Orlando is already on the system and they know everything. So they noted that I have difficulties too because of my ADHD. They also noted that last year that Aubrey, I was going to apply for Aubrey, but I decided not to because a DAS holder cannot go with another DAS holder. So if I had a pass for Orlando and a pass for Aubrey, Aubrey couldn't join Orlando on his pass gone right, which makes sense. It does make sense. And because there's only 4 of us, there was no point in having the 2 passes. So that is all logged on the system. So literally as soon as I was like, we're coming back, and they could see all the tickets and that booked on my Disney experience. So they went, is this for Orlando? I was like, yep. They was like, have any of these changed? I was like, they've got worse. And explained a couple of things. They asked to see him. The cast member then went back through like all like the buggy tags and everything that we can use, which I will show you this year. I will show you, I promise. So yes, we've got DAS. The whole thing took about 15 minutes. It really didn't take long at all. So we've got DAS. That's already live and active. And if I can take some screen recordings or vlog from Dan's phone of my phone or vice versa, I will actually show you what that looks like this year. Back to what I was saying. In the evenings, we are going to try and chill it out a bit more. Not be at the park so late every single day. I want to do some of the resort activities. There are loads at Caribbean Beach Resort. There's s'mores, there's movies under the stars. I want to try and utilise those. And I also want to go to the pool a lot more and make a lot more use of the resort. Luckily, because we're going off-peak, the parks aren't open as late. But also my kids now go to sleep a hell of a lot later. Like it is currently, what, 9 o'clock at night? Yeah, 9. And both my kids are still awake in bed. So I think they'll be fine to stay up a little bit. Was that enough information? Did I go through enough? It's another thing we want to do. See one of these? These are all snacks I have never tried in Disney. And this year, we're trying them. I won't review them because I'm not really a foodie person. I'm also very fussy with my food. But there's some that we've done before, like Sleepy Hollow, Mickey Waffles, Gaston's creme brulee croissant, Gaston's cinnamon roll. If you know, you know. So there's a few things that we've done before. I just want to make sure we get them. Basically, last year we used a lot of our snack credits on Aubrey getting chocolate coins, and I refuse to do that this year. So I've actually been to Home Bargains and brought her about 12 packets of them, just so I don't have to pay $6 each time she wants them. Got any questions? That was a lot of information. If you have any questions about your trip, which I have not answered, please just put them in the comment and I'd love to tell you about them. If you watch our vlog series and there's anything that you saw us do last year that you know we're repeating this year, like the minivan and things like that, and you want to see the process of how I book them, let me know. Let me know and I'll film it. It's not a problem at all. Just put it in the comments. Not an issue. I would rather film less of our day, but more information, if you know what I mean. Not be filming constantly, but filming the key bits that I haven't filmed before, if that makes sense. But I'm basically going to go online now using my NordVPN, try and set up a Walmart account and get a Walmart delivery to the Caribbean Beach Resort on the day of arrival, because Bell Services have refrigeration areas and they will refrigerate any grocery deliveries for you. How incredible. So I'm going to try and do that. If I cannot do that because Walmart are funny, I've tried before and it's just been a bit of a hassle, and you have to put your residence address, and we're hoping it works. If it doesn't work, there's a place called Garden Grocer, which is in Orlando. It's in Florida, Orlando. And they actually deliver directly to the Disney resorts. They have been doing it for donkey's years. I was meant to do it last year, never bothered. Really want to do it this year so I can get things like bread and water, especially because our car hire is not until the end of the holiday. But they genuinely are more expensive per item and for delivery costs. So I'm hoping I can do Walmart instead. Also, so I can get a few like little bits and pieces, like merch. And get some merch and stuff. Like there's some cute little t-shirts that I'd love to have for Aubrey. And like Orlando needs pajamas, and I can't find pajamas in this country at the moment that are not long sleeved and long trousers. I don't need that in Florida weather. It's gonna be still like 26 degrees. So I'm gonna try that now. I'm not gonna vlog that because I want to edit and upload this ready for the weekend. Oh shit, it's Sunday tomorrow, isn't it? Ready for next weekend. So it's probably been a week since this, but yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye.